The night it all began, the rain refused to stop. It hammered the windows like an impatient visitor, and the thunder rolled low across the fields that bordered our quiet little town. My name is Hannah Reed, and I'll never forget that night. The night my best friends and I decided to stay at Camp Pine Hollow, a place we thought was just an old summer retreat left to time and dust. There were 4 of us, me, Maya, Ethan, and Lucas, all college seniors looking for one last adventure before graduation. Pine Hollow had been closed for nearly 15 years after a freak accident during a summer storm. They said a counselor vanished without a trace. We laughed it off as an old campfire story, but there was a thrill in going somewhere forbidden. We arrived at dusk, our headlights cutting through fog as we parked by the rusted sign. The words, Pine Hollow Camp, Memories Live Forever, were barely legible. The place looked dead, cabins half swallowed by weeds, the wooden pier cracked and broken, and an eerie quiet, like the trees themselves were holding their breath. Creepy enough for you, Ethan said with a grin, tossing his backpack over his shoulder. Maya rolled her eyes. It's perfect for ghost stories. Let's just not get murdered, okay? We laughed, but the sound felt small against the vast emptiness of the woods. Inside cabin 4, where we set up camp, everything smelled like mildew and dust. The air was thick, old wood creaking under our footsteps. I tried to shake the uneasy feeling crawling up my spine as we built a small fire in the stone hearth. By the time night fell completely, lightning flickered across the sky like a warning. We sat in a circle with marshmallows and flashlights, joking about which one of us would die first in a horror movie. Maya said it'd be her because she always trips, and we laughed until thunder drowned us out. But at exactly 11:13 p.m., things changed. Lucas had gone outside to grab more firewood when we heard him yell. Not a scream, more like a shout of surprise. We rushed out and saw him standing still, flashlight shaking slightly. What is it? I asked, my voice catching. He pointed toward the woods. There was something, or someone, standing near the edge of the trees. A figure, tall and unmoving, barely visible through the curtain of rain. It wasn't holding a flashlight, wasn't moving at all. Hey, Ethan called out. No answer. When lightning flashed again, the figure was gone. We told ourselves it was a trick of light, maybe a branch or our nerves. But Lucas swore he saw eyes, 2 faint, pale glints in the dark. We decided to lock the cabin door that night. Hours later, when the fire had dimmed to embers, I woke up to the sound of whispering. I thought maybe one of the guys was talking in his sleep, but when I sat up, I realized the whispers were coming from outside the window. They were soft, overlapping, like several voices whispering at once. Hannah, come out, my name. My blood turned to ice. I shook Maya awake. She blinked, confused, until she heard it too. Who's out there? She whispered. We peeked through the foggy glass. No one, but on the window pane, someone had drawn a handprint, smeared in something dark. Ethan and Lucas woke up when we screamed. They checked outside but found nothing. No footprints in the mud, no signs anyone had been near. Just the handprint slowly dripping down the glass. We were scared but tried to convince ourselves it was condensation or dirt. Still, none of us really slept after that. By morning, the rain had stopped. The world felt cleaner, calmer. We made coffee over the fire pit, laughing nervously about how crazy we'd been to think something paranormal was going on. Then Maya noticed something. There were 5 coffee mugs. On the log beside us. We only brought 4. The 5th was old, chipped, with faded letters that read, Counselor Tom. Lucas went pale. That's the name from the story, right? Ethan brushed it off, but his hands trembled slightly. Probably left behind. Relax. We tried to move on, exploring the old mess hall and dock. I found an old photo nailed to the wall, the counselors of 2008. One man stood out, tall, smiling, with kind eyes and a camp whistle hanging from his neck. The name below him, Tom Avery. But what chilled me most wasn't his smile, it was that he looked exactly like the man I thought I saw in the woods last night. By evening, we decided to leave. Something about the place didn't feel right anymore. But when we tried starting the van, it wouldn't turn over. The battery was dead. Ethan cursed. We'll wait till morning, get help then. That night, we stayed close to the dying fire again, wrapped in blankets. It was around midnight when Lucas gasped. He pointed toward the door. The handle was turning, slowly, deliberately. Who's there? Ethan shouted, grabbing the nearest flashlight. The handle stopped. Then 3 faint knocks. We held our breath. After a moment, the knocks came again, louder this time. Ethan rushed to open the door, but when he did, there was no one there. Just the cold night air, and a whistle lying on the porch. Maya picked it up carefully. It was rusted, but when she blew into it, the faintest sound escaped. And then we heard footsteps, heavy, wet, approaching from the woods. That was when the generator flickered to life on its own. The lights inside the cabin flashed once, and for a split second, a man's reflection appeared in the window behind us. Smiling, we screamed. The lights went out again. When the morning sun came, everything looked normal. No footprints, no whistle, no handprints. It was as if the night had been erased. But the van started again, and we didn't question it. We drove away fast, not looking back. A week later, Maya called me. Her voice trembled. Hannah, check your backpack. I opened it, and inside was the old counselor photo I'd left nailed to the wall. Only now, someone had circled my face in red ink. And beneath it, scribbled in shaky handwriting. You came back.